Watch this. If your forehand feels comfortable, you're doing it wrong. Here's the body mechanic most amateurs never fix. Hi everyone, I'm Xiao Han, and today we're going back to basics with forehand technique. Specifically, why your body should always lead your hand. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Sidestep attacks are becoming outdated. Even at the professional level, men's play is shifting more and more toward a two-wing style, backhand to setup, forehand to finish. Backhand technique has become incredibly versatile now. Banana flicks, rips, punch blocks, counter loops. So unless you get a perfect opportunity, there's no reason to force a sidestep. For amateur players especially, trying to sidestep mid-rally is extremely difficult. Even young players under 40 need the opponent to hand them the chance. If I see you leaning out of position, I'm going right to your forehand. That style is falling behind. Stop practicing moves that look flashy, but waste your training time. Next, at this point, your stance and grip are set. Now we learn to let the body lead the hand. Watch if I'm coaching a beginner and I keep feeding fast balls. You'll fall behind, and your form collapses into arm-only swinging. Many of you have bought ball machines, right? When I set the speed slow, you should keep your hand in front of your body and let your torso drive the stroke. That rhythm lets everything sync up. The slow speed isn't just for comfort. It's designed to make you reset, move your body, and build the habit of rotating before swinging. The goal is to open your body, not to windmill your arm through each ball one by one. Watch the sequence. The ball arrives, your hand stays in front. As your hip, waist, and knee open toward roughly 45 degrees, your body faces that angle while your racket still points to the side. The key relationship is that your body is ahead of the racket, slightly in front and to the side, never arriving at the same time, and never at a 90-degree gap. So after every incoming ball, rotate your body open about 45 degrees, with the racket resting at your side. The body carries the hand to the side. The body drives the hand forward. Your hand does not create the swing path on its own. The hand simply stays in front of your body. Every movement, sideways, downward, forward, is body-driven. This is what we call the body leading the stroke. The actual swing, that final whip of the racket, is the fastest part of the whole motion. But the body's movement and the footwork that positions you are the slowest part. So your hand should stay honestly parked in front of your body. In a match, your body adjusts to find the right position first, and only at the last moment do you set the racket and begin the backswing. It should never be, see the ball, pull the arm back, step at the same time. Instead, hand stays in front, feet and body find the ball first. Then you draw back and swing forward. Penhold players, pay close attention here. Once you've dropped your shoulder, the elbow must not flare upward. The three critical joints that form your stroke's framework are the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist. Get these three right, and your foundation is solid. Get them wrong, and your stroke wanders all over the place. Watch what happens when you drop the shoulder correctly. The tip of your elbow points straight down. Down, not backward. This backward elbow habit is genuinely one of the most common problems I see. When your elbow points behind you, every stroke feels restricted. You can never quite reach the ball cleanly. Watch my elbow on screen right now. The tip stays pointed at the floor throughout the swing. That downward orientation is what allows the forearm to accelerate forward through contact. Your forehand contact point should be in front and to the right of your body. If your elbow is stuck behind you, you can't move forward to meet the ball. You end up pushing and pulling in place, tearing at the ball instead of driving through it. You can't generate the combined force that table tennis demands. So the elbow tip must point downward. The elbow tip points down always. Now watch the swing. The upper arm and elbow push forward together, and then the forearm snaps in to finish the stroke. Notice even my left hand has a slight lift. That's a common compensation. What you want to feel is the elbow dropping down while simultaneously pressing forward. It should feel like you're bracing through the shoulder, a contained, slightly uncomfortable tension, not a relaxed, wrapped around the body comfort. Watch my elbow closely in this demonstration. It drops, then it leads forward, and the forearm follows, snapping through contact. Add the body rotation and you get this. Forward, snap, collect. Forward, snap, collect. The elbow tip stays pointed at the floor the entire time, during drives, during loops, all of it. At the moment of contact, the elbow must not flip upward. It travels forward with the upper arm, reaching out to meet the ball, pressing forward, and then the forearm snaps in to finish. Now, when you keep the elbow tip pointing down, you'll face a new problem. The racket face feels too vertical, like a flat board standing straight up. So how do you fix that? You adjust with the wrist. Elbow tip stays down, and the wrist tilts the racket angle, closing or opening the face as needed. Most players, when they set up on the forehand side, pull the elbow back and then push it forward, a pulling and pushing motion. That's the habit I want you to break. In every forehand technique, whether it's a drive or a loop, the forearm opens outward from behind the elbow. The forearm stays behind the elbow throughout the stroke. Watch during the loop. The forearm trails behind the elbow the entire time. It never gets ahead. When you prepare the racket, avoid pulling the elbow backward. Keep the elbow stable and let the forearm open the racket face outward, like the tip of a whip. The forearm opens, then snaps through. On a drive, same thing. Forearm opens, forearm snaps. Not pull push, pull push. One more key detail. The gap between your elbow and your body should be about one palm's width. Measure it like this. Place your longest fingers against the elbow tip and your thumb against your torso. That span is the ideal distance. Now watch the preparation. The racket sets with that gap maintained, the shoulder stays relaxed, and the body turns to load. Then let everything soften just slightly. Add a little body rotation, and the stroke comes together. Watch the elbow, watch the distance. The shoulder turns, stays loose, and the forearm whips through.